Are the Jets about to make another move at the trade deadline? It's Halloween and the final day of October. Let's go. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Mike Wazowski, scaring assistant at Monsters Incorporated. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Welcome to today's show. It is the final month of October. We've got a special guest joining us here on the program, so let's bring him in. Without further ado, it's my buddy, Bob Lederer.
I have a new background. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, I do see that. That's very touching. I like Namath there in the corner.
Let me let you get a complete view. This is
please.
To the credit is due. This is a framed thing I got from one of my sons after my book came out, and it's really part of the reviews for the book that came out. I think this is from the Daily News and maybe from the New York Post as well. But anyway, my son said to me weeks ago, "Why are you just using, the background in the dining room? Why don't you create one?" Well, this isn't perfect. I've got to come up with a better one. But I'll step aside for a second and you can see exactly what it looks like.
Oh, please. Yeah. Ah, look at that. Nice. Oh, yeah. A wonderful job, Bob. This is a great improvement. Great upgrade. Yeah.
Maybe it looks better because I wasn't in the picture.
I didn't say that, Bob, but I also did not say that. Welcome back on a Friday episode, baby. And thank you, everyone, for joining us here on the program. There's a full article in the YouTube description down below on this topic matter, and we'll talk about what's about to be happening here. But a big celebration is happening, so I want to give back to the fans in a cool way. We hit 3 million views on this very YouTube channel talking all things New York Jets. Every month we do a raffle on this channel. And for today only, your raffle tickets will count as double. What does that mean? You guys can also see it. It explains it on YouTube in the goals section. But normally, every raffle ticket is $3 on the channel. So if you spend $3 today, you get 2 raffle tickets. If you give 10 memberships, you get 20 raffle tickets. And it doubles from there. Today's your final day to submit your raffle tickets for the month of October. So to celebrate 3 million views, 3 milli. We're giving back to the fans. So, folks, feel free to take advantage of that. And that is available here on Boy Green Daily and all the other programs you'll be seeing me on here on YouTube today. So take full advantage. Thank you to the fans. 3 million views. And, hey, Bob, the only thing I can assess here is that before you came on the show, we didn't have 3 million views. You immediately come on the show, we got 3 million views. I'm not a detective, but
maybe I was number 3 million.
Hey, that's very possible, baby. Very possible.
Or maybe it was Mrs. Lederer. I don't think she's watching quite yet, but it could have been her. You never know.
Hey, that's true. In due time.
Congratulations, Paul. That's a nice achievement.
Yes, thank you very much, Bob Lederer. Let me ask you, let's get right into it here. Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic predicts that Quincy Williams is going to be traded in a matter of days to the San Francisco 49ers. In exchange for a 4th or 5th round pick. He believes that will be the price, and that is where he's going. Your thoughts?
For a 4th pick, I would keep him.
Yeah, and that's what we had a very passionate debate yesterday on my afternoon show about Quincy, and what do you do if that's the value we're swimming in? Do you just keep him and try to win games because that's what AG is trying to do this year?
It's too bad we have no more games for people to scout him and see how well he's come back from his injury.
Yeah.
He looked like he got better on Sunday as the game, progressed.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah. So that might have, being a little bit shy of playing time for all those weeks when he was injured, and then coming back on the field, and it probably had to feel strange, to be back out there. So, but 4th round picks, I mean, they're worth something, but it's something just a little bit better than shots in the dark. It's not that you can't get, good picks. I mean,
Sure.
let's face it. Great quarterback in New England went in what, the 5th round, or later than that.
Sixth round. He was the 199th overall pick.
Yeah, well, to me that's dartboard material, but I wouldn't trade him for that. I just don't think that it's enough at all. Even though they're only going to get technically a half season worth of play out of him before they're, but if you're the 49ers and you think enough of him that you want to bring him in, you should think enough of him as to whether you want to spend the money to try to keep him. Now they've got probably big salary cap issues.
Fred Warner, right?
All the really good players that they've been paying, particularly on the defensive line and offensive line the last couple of years. So I guess it wouldn't surprise me, but I'd be disappointed if the Jets settled on that. I'd like to think that the pull of playing with his brother would have some impact, on him. Not a ton, maybe 10%, 20%. But,
sure.
He's played so well. A guy who came out of nowhere, who they picked up on the waiver wire, and turned into a veritable all-pro, and a guy that, really is super aggressive and makes all kinds of plays all over the field. So, no, count me out on that offer, and I hope that doesn't happen.
Fair enough. We'll debate that and talk about that in just a moment. But some memberships coming in. Mad Mertz, you're now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Hey now. As we discussed, that's 2 raffle tickets for joining the Boy Green Coffee Club. So thank you, Mad Mertz, for taking advantage of our special giveaway today. We have OG Jets fan 1985 gifting a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Again, 2 raffle tickets here, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And that membership went to Derek Q. Appreciate that. And we also have a nice super chat coming in from NC Green. I love that. And that means a wow from my daughter, Zariah Luna. Wow. Congrats, BG, the best morning show. Hey now, it always is when Bob's on, that's for sure. And NC Green, you got yourself a raffle ticket and $1 as a side piece on this one as well. So, Bob, you said that that's just not a good enough price. I
don't think so. And I've been listening into your show and others about the potential deals for some of the other players.
Yeah.
And to me, it's been surprising that people are saying, "Oh, well, we can't trade Brees." I mean, how can we trade Brees after the game he played on Sunday? Well,
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, but to make your judgment based on the guy playing the last game after what he did in the previous games, where everybody, not me, but everybody was saying, "Hey, he's not that good. Like, we can get a 3rd or a 4th for him. Let's do it." I think great running backs are not that easy to find. Which is contrary to, the prevailing quote unquote wisdom in the league, where running backs are, easy to find, easy to get. Well, yeah, but the really good ones and the skill set that Brees showed last Sunday, which he has shown before, obviously, in his Jets career, except for throwing the touchdown. We hadn't seen that before.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think he's a keeper. And, I don't know if he's worth the $14 million price tag they would have to play if they wanted
franchise tag, yeah.
Yeah, just tag him. I don't know. It's now that they got rid of Carter II. Again, although you have to help me understand this, because I understood that at the end of this season, even though Mike had 2 years left on his deal, they were voidable if the Jets paid him something. Am I right about that or wrong about that?
Basically, there was a way to get out of the contract, as there is in a lot of contracts. So, yes, they could have kept him and then just cut him. And apparently that was the plan if they didn't trade him. So.
But there would have been ramifications about how much they would have to eat.
Right. They saved money with this trade, long story short.
At least on paper. It would have they wouldn't have to pay him, but they would have lost, a lot of dollars. So. Hey, from everything I read, he was really good in zone coverage and awful in man-to-man coverage.
Yeah.
And so I, for one, will be watching probably a little bit of the Eagles this week to see how he looks and how he fits in there.
No doubt about it. And again, I said this before. I'll say it again. I've got no ill will towards Michael Carter II. What a wonderful story. 5th round pick, playing safety, shifted to slot, becomes one of the best slot defenders in the league. The next level analytics on Michael Carter II were very good. And then he gets hurt, and then they switch schemes, and then he sort of gets lost in the sauce. It just happens that quickly, which is sad. It was 13 months ago, but I got no ill will. It's Hassan Reddick. I have very much ill will. Ill will about the entire thing. Michael Carter II. No, I don't. So,
well, I'll say it again about Hassan Reddick. When they traded for him,
oh boy,
and didn't have a deal with him in place to get him on the field. I mean, that day, I hadn't discovered you yet, but I was screaming at Jake on his video because he was just ecstatic. Oh my God. And we won't have to give him a 3rd round pick for 2 years and yada, yada, yada. And I kept saying, Jake, what about getting him to play? He's not willing to play for the contract he has in place. So how much are we willing to pay? And do we have a deal in place, or are we going to insist on getting one? And clearly they didn't. And it blew up in their face. And now they get nothing, and they lost that 3rd round pick.
So go back to Quincy real quick. So you say the price of 4th or 5th is not good enough for you. What would be good enough for you to move Quincy, who's in the last year of his deal?
I would go for a 3rd if it's near the bottom. If it's closer to the 2nd round than it is to the 4th round.
Oh, so sending him to a bad team, basically.
Yeah, because you send him to San Francisco, that 4th round pick is practically a 5th round pick.
That's correct. Yes.
If you take a 5th round pick, you're basically getting a 6th round pick.
That is correct.
They're going to pick in the last 5 of every round.
Very likely. Sure.
Yeah. So really, is that what you want to do? I don't get it.
I struggle with it. I struggle with it, Bob, because you just said it. Like, again, age, this moment, and I'll highlight it. Normally we highlight it with some of the action coming in, but this after the Bengals game.
Who want to fly with them?
If I can help it, I'd like more of those moments. Quincy Williams being on the team increases your chances of winning. Quincy Williams being off the team decreases your chances of winning. Now, if the pick is valuable enough because you are set to lose him, what I want to know in that building is that I don't know. Is Quincy looking to get as much money as possible? And I wouldn't blame him if he is. Or is he looking to play with his brother Quinnen, who he's been playing for and with the last 4 years? Is that important to him? If it is, and there's even just a hint of a chance that you could keep him, then I want to explore that possibility. The Jets know this better than me. If there is no chance of keeping him, they're like, absolutely not. We're not spending that kind of money for a guy who's about to turn 30. Then maybe you get something for him now. So I'm conflicted on this one.
Well, and he hasn't been a guy who's suffered through a lot of injuries. Except for this year,
right?
He hasn't spent a lot of time or much time at all on the sidelines.
That's fair.
During the game. So you'd like to think maybe he's got that special gene.
Sure.
Hey, Quinnen's got the same one that keep him on the field. And they're both playing very dangerous positions where injuries are, very highly likely.
Yeah. And I think a lot of Jet fans are a little fearful that DJ Reed, who we did not trade when we had chances to trade him, we said, let him hit free agency. And then he left, and the Jets never got a compensatory pick because of the money they spent. That seems like that's going to be the case again this year. Depending on the site you look at, they have 70, 80, or 90 plus million available in cap space, and they're expected to be aggressive, which is going to nullify a lot of these potential comp picks they could receive, which means, once again, this could be another scenario where a really good player, in this case, a former first-team All-Pro, walks out the door and they get nothing in return.
Yeah. Hey, I think we both said that. So I think I wonder what Paul Green would think about this. We know what you might think about it, but I don't know what Paul thinks about all this.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we'll open up the phone lines. Maybe Boy Green will call in. Handsome guy for sure, wildly successful. But I am just a mere Mike Wazowski here on Halloween. It's just a scaring assistant at Monsters Incorporated, and my family will be getting their family and everything all together for later tonight for tonight's festivities. So I guess we'll see what happens there from that
Well,
perspective.
we're not going out tonight. I'm a little beyond that. But if I were,
Oh,
I would go as a New York Jet scout, college
Oh,
scout.
we
And
need those.
I'd be bruised and battered from all the criticism that I've had to take from fans and from management about my skills and my astuteness in grading college talent.
That would be very fitting considering everything we've gone through. Look at this. MFC is gifting a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Thank you. Yes, way to go, MFC. That is now 24 raffle tickets. Again, in case you missed it, you're just joining us now. We are celebrating 3 million views on this Jet-centric YouTube channel, so every raffle ticket counts as double. Normally, if you gift a Boy Green Coffee Club membership, you get one raffle ticket, but today only, everything counts as double. So if you gift 1, you get 2. If you gift 10, you get 20, and we keep going from there all day long. So MFC now up to 24 raffle tickets in a bonus fashion. And by the way, that raffle ticket or membership rather just went to Big Loyal. Welcome, Big Loyal, to the Boy Green Coffee Club, and shout out to MFC, baby. All right, we're gonna have
Mike, let me ask you, how did you find out that it had to hit the 3 million mark? I'm curious about how those statistics are compiled.
Yes. So if you go to anyone's just homepage on YouTube and you hit their description, it says, "Oh, this is Jets content every day." And you scroll all the way to the bottom, it says all-time views. And right there for us, I can go take a peek right now, actually on my phone. Let me see what it's at. Let me see exactly at this moment in time. Let's see. Internet. Here we go. View channel, description. We're up to 3,324,000 views. Wow. So we've already popped up even more. So it's even popping even more.
It's a compilation of YouTube.
Yep.
Of directly, watching the program on your link.
Yep.
And what else?
Shorts. So any of the short form content they enjoy, like for instance, we interviewed Mike Greenberg. It was last week or the week before, and a few of those minute sound bites from Greeny or 2-minute sound bites, those count as well, but nothing from Facebook or Twitter counts. If they're watching on those forums, none of those count, unfortunately, towards the
they're very stingy. I've written about this in my regular profession. Facebook and the like are very stingy in releasing that kind of information. Information is power, and they want to hold on to it themselves. Okay. So you probably are maybe somewhat over 3.5 million, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So hey, I hope it keeps stacking, baby. That would be absolutely brilliant. I have no idea where this is going to go or how long this is going to be a thing, but I'll ride this magical carpet ride for as long as I can, Bob, and we'll just sort of see where it goes from here, I suppose.
Okay, good.
All right. All right, Bob, is there any trades that you do want to see before the deadline? You mentioned that throughout the week, we have obviously been talking about a lot of rumors that we've been hearing in the universe. By the time we talk to you next, the trade deadline will be in. It will have already come and passed. So
I think number 10 is going. I wouldn't be for a song, and I'm going to guess maybe to Pittsburgh, but I think he's got some value to Aaron. And I think he's got some value for his blocking ability. And he's actually caught a couple of passes this year.
Yes.
Actually, I wanted to talk about John Mechie. Is that how it's pronounced?
That is John Mechie III. Yes.
Because the guy's got the size, and he's got the speed, and he has the program, Alabama, to become something. And, maybe this is another kind of hidden gem pickup. I don't know. But he certainly, as you have been talking about, he's going to get opportunities, the last games of the season to show what exactly he can do. And, if he can get open, hopefully they can get the ball to him. We'll see if this is another magic week for Fields. By the way, Fields, for the second time this year, was awarded by the Chicago Sun-Times as the ex-Bear of the week.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Last week, which I found humorous.
Yeah.
So, I think it's an interesting acquisition as far as that goes. Obviously, as Nick Favia said to you yesterday, the big part of the deal, and you had said it earlier, is getting out from under the financial issues there. But they got a guy that, was highly drafted from a big name school who's got all the tools. And I don't know about his injury status. I don't mean not being able to play, but, how beaten up or nicked up he is after he overcame the leukemia. So it'll be interesting to see if he gives us a couple of highlights, between in the last 9 games and shows us he's worth, holding on to. Plus, he's a restricted free agent, as we've heard. So he ain't going anywhere if we don't want him to go anywhere.
That is true. And again, you get a half-season rental to see what he has. He's 25 years old. Again, comes from a prominent school, and he had great success at Alabama. He has not gotten playing time a lot in the NFL. Leukemia knocked out his entire rookie season. He's been sort of bouncing around. This is his 3rd team in like 3 months. So he has been all over the place. But with the Jets, he's going to get plenty of opportunity. So we're going to see what this kid has, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. If it's anything interesting, you can bring him back for dirt cheap as a restricted free agent. So I certainly hope that is what occurs.
I also wanted to bring up something else that just occurred to me.
Sure.
And that is in the NFL, unlike what I've seen in Major League Baseball, in baseball, when you trade a guy away, it's not that uncommon that when their free agency hits at the end of that season, that they actually come back to the team that they were traded by. Now, it doesn't happen that often. Maybe it's 5% of the time. But I don't think you ever see that in the NFL. Guys come back to their original team like 2 or 3 other transactions down the road. But it might be interesting if they trade Quincy, which I do think is going to happen.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I do. Even though I'm not happy about what the return would be, I'm interested in the fact that having Quinn in here might help attract him to come back, at a price that we can feel, good about. So it's just a thought.
So it just hit me. What if they do sort of what you just said, Bob? That they trade Quincy for whatever the price is, even if we're disappointed by it. He's a free agent after this year. Let's say the 49ers don't pay him immediately, hits the open market, and then he comes back. John Idzik, over a decade ago, he had the chance to do this. He gets hired. He immediately trades Darrelle Revis to Tampa Bay, and they get this King's ransom, a 1st and a 4th. And that first ends up being Sheldon Richardson, who's Defensive Rookie of the Year. And it goes horribly in Tampa. He signed this massive deal, but they cut him after 1 year, and he was a free agent.
But he went to New England, right?
Right, but he was a free agent, and the Jets could have signed him and gotten a 1st-round pick and change, and then brought him back. And John Idzik could have looked like the smartest GM of all time. He didn't. He goes to New England.
I don't know if it's legal for them to call Quincy and say, Quincy, we just traded you to the 49ers, but we want you to know when the season's over, we'd love to negotiate and have you come back.
Definitely illegal.
It's probably illegal, but a wink and a nod, and
hey, maybe,
and you get Quinn in to give him a face, a call and go.
Yep, and say
enjoy San Francisco. Enjoy.
Yeah, right. Enjoy your sabbatical for a couple of months. Wait.
San Francisco is the best time of the year weather-wise in San Francisco.
Yeah, good. So we're really setting them at the ideal time. So you're welcome, Quincy, if that indeed does come down the pike. We have a super chat coming from PayPal. It requires a message here from Badshaw. Wow. This one is for motherfucking Choo Choo, and if you don't like it, then motherfucking Pew Pew. Go Jets, Badshaw. He sent in 2 raffle tickets, which counts as 4 raffle tickets for you, MC, and that has been added to your total. So I love the creativity. Badshaw.
He has a way with words.
He does. He's, his parents are proud. There's no question about it. So I appreciate that creativity.
If you'd like to learn a little bit more about writing, just contact me. That's what I've done for my whole career.
Oh, great. So, okay. Some lessons perhaps are available to be had. We've got a lot of other memberships and raffles happening.
And the price is right.
Yep. Hey, there you go. Speaking of the price, Mahar Khalil, baby. Wow. Again, all raffle tickets count as double, so this is $20 worth of raffle action, which is 7 raffle tickets based on your previous combinations. Mahar Khalil, you're up to 10 raffle tickets. Appreciate you. Good morning, BG and Bob. Love Bob's book. Hey now. Congratulations on 3 million views. Let's trade Jamie and Sherwood to the 49ers. What say you, Bob, on that? Because to be frank, so Quincy came back. He was healthy. He played in about 88% of the snaps against the Bengals. So and I agree with you. I think the more you watched him throughout the game, he got much better as he got his sea legs under him, and he played a lot. So the Jets obviously believed in him.
It was clear in the beginning of the season, he and several other guys on the defensive side of the ball were adjusting to a new system.
Yeah.
Because even the Jets were criticizing, Sherwood's play.
Mm-hmm.
And now he looks like he's back to himself as a tackling machine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big transition. But at this point, halfway through the season, to be in the top 5 among tacklers in the league is to his merit.
Sure. But again, I think some people could say, hey, basically the Jets admit, okay, we made a mistake here. We shouldn't have paid him, but a lot of teams would be interested in him. Let's trade him and allow him to be someone else's problem. Keep Quincy and re-sign Quincy, and Quincy and Quinn stay together for a couple more years.
Yeah, okay. We've talked before, and I think it's still interesting to think about, and that is, from what I understand, Aaron Glenn does like big, brutish linebackers.
Yeah, there's a
control, because he really wants to control the running game, and that's not Quincy, and that's not Sherwood. And that's maybe why they're willing to trade Quincy and spend that money, on somebody who is a much tougher guy up the middle, probably doesn't run as well or move as well as Sherwood or Quincy, but he's rock solid against the running game. And one of the callers the other day, I think it was Easy, was talking about drafting somebody high who basically is just the Incredible Hulk, who cannot be moved off the defensive line. You want to run up the middle? Hey, good luck. He's there waiting for you.
Good plan.
Yeah. And usually what the Jets have done is waited for the undrafted free agents and then gone in, as we've seen, and signed 2 or 3 of them and hope that one of them is going to turn into that. It happened, in the past, but not most recently.
Definitely not. But hey, Easy always has good ideas, so maybe we'll get him chiming back in at some other point during the program. But Mahar Khalil, very interesting thoughts here. I like it. All right, let's go to Paul Taxter, gifting 5 Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, which counts as 10 today, baby. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
All right, those 5 new memberships from Paul Taxter went to MD, John Edinger Jr., Garrett Loescher, Justin Flanagan, and Mikey Boy Jets LI. Appreciate you, Paul Taxter. I have 31 raffle tickets to our contest. Again, raffle tickets count double today, people. So keep the super chats and memberships coming. That is to celebrate 3 million views on our YouTube channel. Pretty cool. MFC gifting another membership. Counts as double, baby. Man, this is going to be one of those kind of shows. I could feel it, Bob. MFC now up to 30 raffle tickets this month. With that being said, so much appreciated. That went to Pop.
I think it was last week or maybe before. I'd had an idea which I did not pitch to you, which I should have.
Okay.
That is, you should have had some sort of a contest.
Okay. To
see who could in the audience.
Yeah.
Who could accurately predict who was going to get traded by the deadline.
That would have been
good. And the differentiator was going to be what the Jets got in return. So you could have said, I think Michael Carter is going to be, traded. And everybody might have said, yeah, everybody would have put in that choice. But what do you think the Jets will reap for him? And that would have been the differentiator. And I don't know what the contest winnings would have been, but it would be an interesting thing to see what people thought.
When we open up the phone lines in a few minutes, Bob, we'll do a contest. Whoever can impersonate Bob the best doing that.
Jets, Jets.
Yes. Yeah.
But
I'll let you be the judge.
But you must have the correct Jets cap, otherwise it doesn't.
That's a good point. You have to have the cap. You also have to have the form. You have to have, all of it. All of it.
I don't like that look.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Works for Ken Griffey, doesn't work for me.
That's fair enough. Let's go back to the super chats here. Easy, jumping in.
Wow.
again, people continuing to jump on that train of trade Sherwood to San Francisco and sign Quincy. The only problem with this is, besides, I love the creativity, but the 49ers just paid Fred Warner, and he's not dead. He's just out for this season. So he's going to be back next year. And no team, again, in NFL history has ever paid multiple linebackers $15+ million per year. Sherwood's making $15+ million, and Fred Warner's making even more. So would the 49ers be willing to make that kind of history? I'm not so sure.
Well, and that would explain why, they wouldn't be willing to go very high in the draft pick, because they're only looking for somebody to fill the void, for the rest of this year. That's what it sounds like.
Right.
Which what you just described is the way they're thinking about it.
Which, again, would fit the Quincy profile more. He's in the last year's deal, and they just add him and say, hey, let's go chase the chip, and then we'll figure it out with Quincy after the year. They would be viewing it, perhaps, in that rental fashion, especially with Saleh being there, that he could pick up the scheme quickly, and it could sort of make up that ground.
Yeah, well, between Saleh and his recognition and knowledge of Jet defensive players in particular, and the 49ers philosophy, which is the future is now. Every year they want to go and get into the Super Bowl sweepstakes as solidly as they can. That's why I think that some deal will be made, with the Jets, and if not, maybe with somebody else.
Yeah, Atlanta would be another option there with Jeff Ulbrich operating.
I don't know if Atlanta is going to be serious. They got so many other problems there.
They do. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I like Ulrich. We talked about that as well, but I don't think that that's what they need in order to get that component, all those things working. They got quarterback problems, among other things.
That they do. Philly Noodles getting involved. There's now 4 raffle tickets for you, Philly. Again, everything counts as double today, so keep enjoying everything that is coming to the table here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. If you're watching right now on YouTube, make sure you guys like that video. We're celebrating 3 million views, baby. It's a great place to be, and that membership, by the way, from Philly Noodles went to Dennis Garcia. Welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club, and keep those raffle tickets flowing. One of your favorite callers, Bob, William Ameley's getting in.
My man.
Like it. William getting involved in all the double gifting, and I like it. That went to Rob Albano. So, William, you got 2 raffle tickets for the contest, so thank you very much for that. And again, we'll be drawing this tomorrow on November 1st on the Saturday edition of the show. We'll also be announcing a terrific raffle prize for the month of November. I think you guys are going to love that one, too. Some more action to come from that perspective. All right, Bob, we'll be opening up the phone lines here in just a minute on the program. Is there anything else let me just ask you real quick about Justin Fields. I mean, how incredible, right? This is a guy who looked like he was going to get benched, and it looked like they were going to Tyrod. Tyrod's knee injury apparently was more serious than not, so they had no choice. They're like, I guess Justin's got to play, and Justin plays one of his best games, and the Jets win their first game of the season. So are you fine riding the Justin Fields train moving forward until again?
I don't know. So much for the argument that he was so hurt and so beaten up that he wouldn't be able to show his face on the field. That if they said, get in there and play, he would say, no, I can't. I'm just not into it anymore. I mean, he's a professional football player making a ton of money, particularly this year. I'm impressed that he's very spiritual and all that kind of stuff. Hey, look, if the Jets could understand how to make this guy play this way instead of the way he played the previous week, they would bottle it and they would sell it to every other team in the league.
I'm sure they would, yeah.
I don't know. I think if he can get off to a fast start, against Cleveland. And by the way, Cleveland is going to be a real challenge because, can Fashiono really play Myles Garrett? Can he negate him to some degree? Because you saw the other day, even though Cleveland lost big time, but Garrett went crazy and got 5 sacks in that one game. Yeah, and so I if I'm the Jets, I'm rolling Fields out to the right as much as I can. And maybe we can tire Garrett out by the 3rd and 4th quarter.
That's not a bad idea. And with everything that's going on, I would totally be for it if I'm the New York Jets. You literally have to do everything in your power. The thing I did like, though, is how well the offensive line played. Now, of course, they weren't playing Myles Garrett, of course, so factor that into the mix. But, oh, my good Lord.
Well, and the other thing is, and I thought about this, the fact that Garrett Wilson wasn't in the lineup meant that they had to spread the ball around to as many of the guys as they had, their tight end, both of their running backs, the wide receivers that have really not been heard from almost the entire year. And that made it a little bit more challenging, for Cincinnati to cover all those different people, which I think is, just as an example, what Indy was talking about early in the season when I said, well, what are you going to do if they stack the box against us? Oh, we're going to throw to the tight end and we're going to throw to the running backs, all these different options. Well, this was the first time that Fields actually used all those different options. And so I thought that was part of the potency of the Jets offense. The other part is Cincinnati's defense, pretty bad. But still, you really challenge them in so many different parts of the field. And that's why I think that the fact that Fields was accurate, that the Jets were able to move the ball and Fields had a good day. So maybe we can continue to do that even against other teams. Because, again, everybody, including myself, said before the Fields, where's receiver number 2? Because they're going to double and triple team Garrett Wilson on every play. Yeah. Well, they haven't exactly doubled him on every play, but the options of where you could throw to him have been very strictly limited. And now you're throwing the ball all over the field, and they had some success. So that's what I hope they do again. And maybe that's the way Fields has to play, because if he can quickly get the snap and quickly get rid of the ball to all these different options, that can be very potent. One other thing I noticed on Sunday.
Yeah.
He, again, always threw to the first look. He didn't have to, go through the progression. If you go back and watch the film, I will bet you 90% of the time he threw to the first guy that he looked at. And, his lack of ability to go through the progression has been one of the demerits against him in his quarterback play. So I don't know, maybe this, again, spreading the field and going to the first guy and having a different guy on every play so you couldn't know where he was going to go with the football is another thing that can work for him.
If that's a demerit for Justin Fields, it's a merit for Tanner Engstrand for making sure that first guy's open, which should be very encouraging since it looks like we're diving our toes back into the quarterback waters of the offseason and the draft.
Well, you can't have everybody covered on every play.
Of course.
You don't have all pros playing at all three of the linebacker positions and the safeties and the corners. Mm-hmm. So, and even if you do, I was watching a one-play video of Mechie against one of the all-pro cornerbacks on the previous team he's played with.
Okay.
And he gave him a fake and got himself open on a little, I call it a down and out.
Yeah.
The first time you do that against somebody, no matter how good they are, you probably can get yourself open. But if you try it a second time, if the guy's got anything going for him, the cornerback's going to know what you're likely going to try to do. So, we'll see. I think next week is going to be very interesting as far as his accuracy, Fields' accuracy, and getting rid of the ball quickly, which, again, he did on Sunday.
Yeah, the Cleveland defense is pretty good, so he will be certainly tried. There's no question about it. More memberships coming in, baby. That Kid to It with a 5-pack of memberships, which are 10 raffle tickets today as we celebrate 3 million views. Excellent.
Kevin James. I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, those 5 new members are Florida Jet fan, Mark York, Minnesota Jets fan, Schnitzel, and Matt LaMontague. You guys are all now members of the Boy Green Coffee Club. And shout out to That Kid to It for taking advantage of our double raffle day. And look, your buddy, who you guys may or may not still have a bet going on. DNY for life, that's what we're talking about. Yes.
I'm already ready to.
I'm not sure if he is.
Here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Those 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club are Josh Ellis, Jonathan Francois, Legacy Aaron Green, Andrew Kennedy, and Benny Baboon. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, and DNY for Life is now second place for a raffle ticket prize. Because again, all raffle tickets count as double.
With all the business coming in today, imagine if you got 3 for every
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll have to explore that one in the future. Hey, we get to 4 or 5 million views. I guess we'll have to consider it. So yes, let's freaking go, baby. All right, Bob, is there anything else you want to get to before we get to the fans?
The only thing I wanted to tell you about Kevin James.
Kevin James, sure.
Right after the book came out, and I was talking to a producer who wanted to do a film about the Jets, and we were throwing ideas back and forth about how you could do it that would not just be, a simple documentary.
Yeah.
And I told him, who's perfect to play Weeb because he's the right size and the right shape. It's Kevin James.
Ooh, wow.
And he would have just need a little bit of change of look. Of course, since then he's played head coach.
Yeah, Sean Payton.
Yeah. So I think I was in the right ballpark, but the wrong team in the wrong time. But anyway, he would have been perfect because he had the look, of Weeb. And I tried to contact him directly. Yeah. Through people that he's friends with in Hollywood and never heard anything back. So I'm not crazy when I see Kevin James on your show all the time. I've had my fill of him. But
yeah, that's fair enough. Well, we'll see if we can get you some sort of other celebrity for perhaps this future Jets film. That would be great. All right,
the cost of my book on Amazon is going up.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's because of demand or because they don't have a lot of supply and they figure they're going to try to milk it as best they can.
Either way, I respect it. People have been, again, we heard Mahar Khalil in his super chat earlier congratulate and thank you on the book. And we've had several of those coming in. So, hey, stock up, baby. I'm all for it. We have 400 people in the room. Guys, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. We have over 100 of those 400 are watching on YouTube. Guys, hit that like button right in front of you. And again, another reminder that throughout today's entire program, we're celebrating 3 million views on this Boy Green YouTube channel. So all raffle tickets count as double today only. Today's the final day to submit your raffle tickets for October. So again, if you give 10 Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, you get 20 raffle tickets. We'll be giving away that group of prizes tomorrow on the November 1st Saturday episode of Boy Green Daily. Again, if you guys don't know how to gift anything in terms of memberships or super chats, hit that money sign on YouTube, and then you can pick whatever option you'd like. Again, all raffle tickets count as double. 3 million views. Thanks to all you fans out there. I was doing this Jet show in that other room. My living room is where I started this channel 5 years ago. I did it for a little while. Then I moved over here to an office. I moved over here. Now I'm over here. And here we are. We're still doing this thing. Unbelievable. Wow. Magical. Just magical. All right, folks. We'll take, there you go. Let's get another quick super sticker in here from Troy Sturgis. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Appreciate that, Troy. Again, that counts as double. We appreciate that. So thank you, Troy, for sending that along, man. We'll put your $4 towards this month's raffle total as well. All right, let's hear Hepster, and then we'll be back after this. Hep!
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Boy Green, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone, J-E-T-S, Jets. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Nice! Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go!
Oh, yeah, baby. And a big reason we were able to celebrate 3 million views is the Jets friggin' community, which you just saw a piece of it there. The Boy Green Coffee Club of Jet fans coming together for that awesome tailgate. Hey, me and Woody were actually just doing one of our brainstorming meetings for next year's tailgate already, believe it or not. Already getting some of those details set up. And we'll keep you guys posted as soon as those become available. Again, we won't know the full official list of opponents for the Jets until the end of the season. But again, we'll keep you guys in the loop throughout this entire process. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Bob, you're better at these introductions.
Here's Hef.
Boom.
Hey, guys.
Da, 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 da.
I'm ready for my Bob impersonation. You ready?
Okay. All right. Wait. Let me go full screen here. Okay. Here we go.
Here's Hef.
J-E-T-S. Chess.
Okay, you win. You win the
And
contest.
I love that you had your dog coordinated there in the background to jump up at just the right time,
But you
dancing.
gotta work on that T. That T needs some work.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, again, you're the first of everyone that's going to be attempting this throughout today's show. So, Hef, I like it. I like the cut of your jib, pal. Strong start.
Now, a couple of things I want to touch base on. First of all, I want to touch base on this Poindexter we have as an owner who can't read the room. We're a 1-7 team, and he's going to raise the prices on the tickets.
Come on, it's been such a wonderful season. Everybody's had such a great time driving for 3 hours in and out each way.
I think it's $100 for the parking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
How much is the parking?
Well, if you're not on a thing, it's almost like $100.
100%. So yeah, we had a special price because I got a group rate and I was able to hook up a bunch of people, and they were $40 for parking or $45 for parking. But I heard say that one more time.
To park that one day?
Yeah,
well,
that
was
one
a special
day.
Deal.
Yeah, and that was a special deal for $45. But I heard a very sad story. Unfortunately, one of our coffee club members had a glitch in the system and couldn't buy it for the $45 price, so he had to spend $120 on parking. And I'm like, Jesus.
How in the world can they? I don't understand. How can they get away with that? That's ridiculous.
And then that fan, right? I'll leave him unnamed, but that fan was like, they said, here's the price, park or turn around. And then he's like, well, I guess I got to pay the price. And that's awful. So that's terrible.
That's terrible.
I think, I think somebody should be calling the New Jersey Attorney General's office and registering a complaint, because that's a ripoff.
Yeah, it is a ripoff.
That's a complete ripoff.
He's not making enough money, this guy. I mean, he probably wipes his butt with $100 bills.
Those J&J checks have been slowing down this year because of the tariffs.
Well, I will tell you, because this is a perfect example. Again, different owner, different part of the world. But me and my dad went to a Falcons Seahawks game last year. It was just random. My dad worked out of Atlanta, and it was a Jets bye week, and it all worked out. And I'm like, oh, great. I'm not missing the Jets game. Or they played on Sunday Night Football that night. So it all worked out where I could watch a game, enjoy it, and then go watch a Jets. And I'd never been there, but I heard beautiful things about the stadium. It looked great.
Yeah.
And obviously, Arthur Blank, who's the owner of the Falcons, went out of his way to make things cheap. The concessions for the Falcons, and I'm not making this up, guys. You guys can Google this after the show.
He's a great owner, that guy.
100%.
Yeah.
He has the cheapest concessions in the National Football League. And he goes out of his way to do that. They call it some sort of like a Southern hospitality thing. Like pretzel is $2. Soda's $1. Like popcorn is like $2. Like me and my dad both had a $20 bill. Now, normally I go to the Jets and they're like, they say, do you have any
your first beer?
Yeah, when they tell me normally, like, do you have any more money, or like, what are you doing with this? That's not enough. I went to the Falcons, had a $20 bill. Me and my dad both had our hands full of drinks, food, and we're like, oh my goodness, look at this, and it's just affordable. And to be honest, I think what works for Arthur Blank, and my father can talk about this too because I see he's in the chat, is that I think that encourages me to keep buying more food. Like, wow, this is such an incredible deal. I'm going to stuff my belly till I throw up. Like, look at this. This is great. It's not that, it's cheap. I could only spend $3 and try to fill myself enough. I think it's the other effect. And obviously, Arthur Blank could be bending us over the barrel and costing fans way more. So he's doing what Hef is sort of talking about here. He's got a lot of money. He could, make the fans bleed, but he's choosing not to. It's a cool move. And I imagine Falcons fans are a little happy.
And I don't know if this has anything to do with Arthur Blank, but the Atlanta MSL team leads the league in attendance far and away.
Oh, there you go.
And I'll bet you the concessions there are pretty cheap for those games too.
And there you go. Pop remembered it, by the way. So he got 2 hot dogs, a pretzel, 2 popcorns, and drinks under $20 for all of that.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. It's terrific. And it's not just a special they were running. They do that all the time. So super cool.
Now, as far as Sunday goes, I know you're off this week. I remember I suggested Family Day, but if you can't, if you're a workaholic and you got to keep working, I have a couple of other suggestions.
Okay, go ahead.
Either we could rewatch Super Bowl III, and you can
Ooh.
finally call that game.
Okay.
Or if you want to do something from Mangold, which I understand,
Oh, sure.
the game that I would pick would be the Jets Patriots when they lost. That was the season when they lost to the Steelers.
Oh, on the
Oh, so you're talking about the 2010 playoffs. So those years
2010 playoffs.
on-
That was a
on the
Mangold
field
kind of
goal.
Yeah,
that
sure.
was a great game too.
Hey,
Oh, I love that game.
I'm glad you brought this up because this was something I also wanted to bring up and just haven't had the thought process this morning. I give all credit due to Mangold. In fact, yesterday I saw that Travis Kelce's brother on his
Jason.
podcast
Yes.
called Mangold far and away the best center in present day NFL football. In fact, he said Mangold was 10 times the player
Yeah, I seen that.
That I was. Jason
I
Kelce
was,
said
yeah.
that. Yes. Yep.
And the Jets are making, and it's appropriate. They are lauding and dedicating things to Nick, and that's great. And my thought was, what the heck are they waiting for to do something about Snell?
Yeah, I know.
Again, taking nothing away, from Mangold and give it and keep giving it to him because he deserves it. He deserves it. But at the same time, you've got one of the biggest heroes of the franchise and its history.
Yeah.
And he's being treated like yesterday's news.
Well,
And, he's not, he's on a Ring of Honor. So isn't that good enough? Well, but they kept Mangold, busy, even though he wasn't, doing anything like the color on the broadcast or such.
Yeah, they give him an ambassador role. So he goes,
exactly.
for those who don't know, he went to London. This is a longer story, so I'll make it short. As the NFL is expanding into international markets, the Jets own like a piece of London or Germany or something. They own some of that national geographic area. So they send a representative, an ambassador, to like host Jet things at a Jets bar in London and do other interactive activity. I'm sure he gets he got a nice penny in his pocket for doing that, and it kept him involved. It was fun for Jet fans. Oh my God, this Nick Mangold, this lovable guy. So they did stuff like that. That's a thing I think at the bare minimum, because like that's apparently what was a core issue here at the Matt Snell situation, that you can't do that for like his son. Like we can't just it could be, it doesn't have to be concessions, but can it be something as an ambassador or a legacy, part of the NFL legacy program or
just
something?
reach out to him. Have Woody reach out to him. I think
right.
It's just that. Anyway,
I don't know if a guy who wants to.
Thanks, pal.
I don't know if a guy who wants to raise ticket prices when you're 1-7, and what an appropriate time to make that thought public.
Well, I guess any time is appropriate. I suppose so. So yeah, I'm sorry for the fans. I don't have season tickets because of all my jobs. I couldn't have season tickets anyway, so I saw no bump increase. But I'm sure I will feel that when we're doing the group ticket rates and I see those prices that inevitably.
Well, if you move to Jersey, as you're threatening to do one of these years, you might actually get a free slot in the press area. So
wow, that would be terrific.
Hey,
we'll see.
Deserving. Look, you got 3 million views about the Jets.
That's true. I'm going to put that on a T-shirt, and they can't ignore that, baby.
It wouldn't take much for them as an organization to dedicate an area in the ballpark for all the guys who are doing Jets podcasts. I mean, there's a bunch of you, but that doesn't mean that they couldn't do it, or at least provide it on a rotating basis.
There you go. I like the cut of your jib, Bob. And look at this. Hop on Pop with a $50 super chat. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, good Lord, have mercy. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. This is, wow.
The extra point for the lead. You bet Aaron Glenn is happy. He's running a 4.5 right there, Kenny, chasing down Will McDonald for that touchdown. Man, and the Jets trailed 23.
And there you go, a $50 super chat, which again today counts as a $100 super chat. And congratulations on 3 mil. Your mother and I couldn't be more proud. Please split the raffles among the BG Mount Rushmore that was voted on. Now, Bob, did you ever give your BG Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, you asked me. I was the first one.
Yes. Okay, I wanted to make sure.
I'm the only one that put Weeb up there.
Oh, no. This is for the Boy Green Mount Rushmore of
Boy
the
Green?
fans, the
I know.
callers.
Well, okay, so obviously Joe is up there.
Okay.
And
Joe who?
A guy named number 12.
No, Bob. This Mount Rushmore is for this show, Boy Green Daily, right? The fans and stuff.
Wow, boy, now you're really putting me on the spot. Well,
yeah.
I kind of like Indy.
Okay.
And
like Indy?
I kind of like Philly.
Okay. All right.
And can I give half of it to Alon?
But sure, I'm sure he would probably sort of appreciate
We'll give him the lower half and the top half. Oh, half. Got to give half.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, you got to give some of that to Hef. No question about it. So, okay, so your four are part of Hef, Alon, Philly Noodles. You sort of like Indy?
No, I like Indy a lot. Indy teaches me a lot. Every time I say to myself, hey, you never played organized football, I'll point to Indy, but Indy played organized football.
Yeah.
So I'll ask him.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go. There's Bob's Mount Rushmore. So thank you, Pop. That means the world. That's cool. It's good that your parents believe in you. And when I wonder what that conversation is. Hey, parents. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. Here's what I want to be on YouTube. Get out. I can only imagine.
It's going to be my career. I'm going on YouTube for a career.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, I shouldn't even tell this story, but when I wanted, when I was a junior in college and came home in it was April. Well, it was for Passover, so it was April. So it would have been 73. And my dad said, "So have you decided what you want to do for a career?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, I want to go into sportscasting." And my father looked at me, and I shouldn't say this, but my father looked at me and said, "You have a face for radio."
Oh, Jesus! Wow. Okay.
Talk about parental support.
Yep, that comes in a lot of ways. My father
he was probably right, but still, there's a lot of faces on TV today and voices, and in those days, you could not get away with a New York accent.
Yeah,
and be on any kind of telecast or broadcast, not even in New York. And I was lucky enough to. In those days, I think I've told you, I used to go to New York Nets games, sit all the way up in the press box, the hockey press box.
Yeah.
This is when they win the ABA, and I would tape, to work on my play-by-play.
Sure.
And I got to know Al Albert, Marv's brother, and Marv and Al said, "You got a tape you can give me? I'll be glad to give it a listen." And I did. And he came to me and he said, "Hey, listen, I think you do really good play-by-play, but you got to do something about that accent. And the only way you're going to be able to do something is to get out of New York and get a job, doing play-by-play. And who knows? As it turned out, I was offered something in Arizona and I decided not to do it."
What age were you when your father told you this? Your face for radio?
Well, I would have been, let's say, in 73, I would have been 21.
21. Wow. I'm pretty sure my dad told me that yesterday. That I still have a face for radio. Just interesting. Thanks, Dad.
Well, a little off, but if my dad has passed on, but if he hadn't, I guess I could have put him together with your dad, and they could have had that conversation.
I think they would have really appreciated that. So, Pop, thank you very much for sending this along, and we will, in a matter of moments, split your massive super chat among your Mount Rushmore that you elected. So we'll be doing that shortly. Let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to what some people refer in today's day and age as a hashtag. My grandfather, who's just over here on this picture, it's hard to see him with all the Halloween stuff going on, but he used to call it a pound sign. So a pound sign. So pound sign Texas forever.
Wow.
So Alon here on the show. Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen. First of all, thanks for the half a shout out, Bob. I appreciate it.
Well, listen, and you've got a chance to get the whole
I actually don't want more. I'm glad with the half. I'm proud of that.
But are you okay sharing it with half, or would you?
I am so happy. I am so happy.
Terrific.
He definitely leads the show.
Where's the Iowa Hawkeye cap?
It's on the ground. They're off this week, so
okay.
There you go. He's relieved.
Rutgers this week, Bob. Okay.
How about the Rangers last night in Edmonton?
They did win. Islanders stink, so I'm good. Congratulations, Boy Green, on the 3 million views. Also, more importantly, congratulations on the purchase of the washer and dryer.
Oh yeah, baby.
Is that the precursor for you actually walking down the aisle, or are you still chicken shit on that?
Well, hey, who would have thought 3 million? Who would have thought a washer and dryer? I thought that was going to be a storyline forever. So it looks like it's the next thing on the bucket list.
That's a big step. It's a big step, Mike.
Very big step.
Yeah.
I love the Jets picture behind you, Bob. Where is the Katuba located in your house?
Oh, no, that's not it. Where did we move it? It used to be right behind me.
Okay.
But it's not there anymore. We have a piece of art there. Anyway.
Boy Green, you have no idea.
I'll get it up. I'll get it up there for a future program.
Boy Green, you have no idea what that is, right?
I do not. That no. That's this a
display
Madagascar reference. Smile and wave.
No, it's a display. It's like a
contract.
It's a contract between wife and husband when you get married. You have to display it in your house. So
wait, what's in the contract?
Basically, you give up everything of your being to be the husband of the pretty much. Yeah.
Is there some negotiating happening there, or is that sort of
actually part of is it tied to giving a get as well?
It is. It's giving a get. You have to give goats and all that. Yeah.
Now we're going to have to explain what giving a get is.
Okay, a goat. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
We'll do that another.
We're going to rename the Friday program as Jews on Parade.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Bob, I'm very thankful that you are not our GM, Bob. The idea that you think that trading Quincy Williams for a fourth is too little boggles the mind. Remember last year they had a chance to trade DJ Reed and they didn't, and they let him walk for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago they had a chance to trade Bryce Huff. They let him walk for nothing. Quincy to San Francisco, a team that has 4 fourth-round picks, is so seamless. It's ridiculous. And again, when they gave Sherwood the $15 million a year contract, Quincy was on borrowed time. So I like Quincy. He's going to be 30 this summer. It's time for him to go. And maybe in February, March, his brother could follow him.
Well, I will amend my comment from before, since I didn't know they had 4 fourth-round picks.
They have 4 fourth-round picks.
I'll take the 2 lowest.
No, I'll take 1. 1 is fine. I don't need anything more than that.
But you agree with me? You don't want San Francisco's 4th-round pick.
I want San Francisco's 4th-round pick.
You want basically a pick that's going to be in the 5th round?
No, I don't care. Honestly, I would rather have a 4th-round pick. I don't care where it is, for a guy that will not be here next year. And again, as you said, the Jets have about $70 to $80 million in cap space, so they will spend money this offseason. So that money will offset. So when people say compensatory pick, there will not be a compensatory pick for Jamie and Sherwood. Take your pick now and be happy. Brees, I am actually going with my wife, who happened to have become a big Chiefs fan. So we're going to go watch the Chiefs Bills this week. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
great. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Congratulations. That should be a fun one to be at.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. If I were the Jets, I would not be surprised if the Chiefs come calling for Brees this weekend.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised either. But
what would they be offering, Alon?
I think they would be offering a 4th. And
well, that's ridiculous.
Why is that ridiculous?
Because the guy's a much better football player than that, and I think that they can get him. I think he does want to stay.
Okay.
By the way, who's 3 other 4th-round picks does San Francisco have?
I do not know that. No. I think they have like 2 compensatory picks, and I'm
going to look it up while you keep.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes,
being who you are.
Yeah, being who I am. I appreciate it.
So colorful.
As far as Woody Johnson and his big mouth is concerned, I'm not surprised. He's a billionaire. He says what he wants to say, and there's really very little repercussions to what comes out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are still suckers out there who are gonna dole out season tickets to watch this crappy team. And until that changes, Woody will be Woody. And it's sad to say because there is so much to be disappointed about with this franchise from top to bottom, and yet people still spend money to go watch them.
It's sick.
And it's sick. Again, I expect that building to be half full in about 9 days. I really do. I don't think a lot of people will go to the Cleveland game, and unfortunately, Woody will keep Woodying. I guess that's the best way you have to say it. I mean, I wish he was back with the Trump administration back in London so we could have Chris run the show. But I guess Trump realized that Woody was a detriment. He didn't want to bring him back for a second term. So God bless the Jets. They reap the benefits of having Woody back.
Okay, you want to know who the fourth picks are in the fourth round? They have their own pick.
Yeah.
And they have 3 compensatory fourth round picks.
That's fine. I will take one of the compensatory.
That definitely makes it 5th round.
It makes it the end of the 4th. That's correct. Yeah.
Totally fine with me. Okay. Puka Nacua was a 5th round pick. Is that correct? Khalil Shakir was a 5th round pick. Is that correct, Bob?
Yeah, but they weren't.
I understand the Jets can't draft that.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Richard Sherman was a 5th round pick.
Tom Brady was a 6th round pick. It doesn't tell you that 6th round is a very high, is a very valuable.
It's a lottery ticket.
I understand the Jets don't draft well in the 4th round, but other teams do.
Again, if they were, and now I really want to change what I say they should get, for Quincy, and that is you give me 2 of those.
Why would they do that for a guy who's going to be because he's going to be a free agent in about a month and a half? Why would they do that? They're not giving you 2 for.
But those 4th
there's
round
no
picks are 5th round picks.
It doesn't matter. He's going to walk anyhow. Again, Bob, he's an asset. Why give up an asset for nothing? Why let an asset walk, especially when your team is going to lose 11 to 13 games this year, 11 to 14 games this year? Why let him walk for nothing? I don't understand it. That's why I laugh at certain Jet fans are like, oh, we shouldn't trade this guy and this guy. I'm like, they're impending free agents. They're not coming back. Mm-hmm. There's a good chance John Simpson may not come back. If I were the Jets, I'd negotiate with him right now. If he doesn't want to come back, I'd trade him too. Again, you have to think about the future.
I agree with you.
The 2025 season is over. It's over.
I agree with you. Everything they do at this point has to be focused on the future, including the guys they keep and the guys they don't keep.
The 2025 season is over. It's over. I understand people are hoping for 6-7 wins. What does that make? It makes nothing. It means nothing for them. This season is over. Unfortunately, it's true, but it's true. But I appreciate it, guys. And again, Boy Green, washer and dryer, wedding. Compatigo.
It sounds like a great engagement gift.
Yeah, well, that'd be great. Again, it's sort of on layaway here. So
some people get rings and some people get washer dryers.
Well, a lot of the raffle tickets coming in today will help pay for the washer and dryer, hopefully. So blessed be he. Still owe some money on that. So hey, but the washer dryers work great.
How happy was your fiance when you reached that conclusion that yes, it's time?
Oh yeah, she
looked at you and said, "Really, it's time? It's time? It's time?"
Yeah, and right. And then I got on one knee, and then I went, and the washer and dryer's coming right through that door. And she went, oh, and it got delivered. So the washer dryer.
And the kids think it's a TV.
They do. They're very confused by it. But it's technical. There's some touch screen. I don't know. It's beyond my control. I did, but
make sure neither one of them wants to take a tumble.
Oh yes, that would. I'd like to avoid that if possible. Any of those traumatic experiences.
Do you have a basement to put it in, or is it?
I do. It is in a basement, so it's bolt locked away from them, thankfully. But when I'm washing clothes, they sort of watch me going, "Ooh, what's Dad doing down there?" So, but hopefully, it sort of give them the goosebumps. Yeah, don't go into the basement, please, and hopefully they'll listen. We'll see. I don't know. Anywho, back to the phone lines. Let's get an order of Philly noodles here on a Friday.
One of my four favorites.
Yeah, you put them in your sort of Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yes.
So, I feel conflicted with trade rumors, trade thoughts. BG, you saw what I posted in Discord, and then when
Yes.
you made the article, I was like, oh shit. Honestly, clearly the Sherwood trade signing is biting them in the butt a little bit right now. It's still early. The thing is that Quincy, it's saddening because all you know is the bottom theory is if you're fast enough at linebacker now in today's game, it's all that matters because you're flying around the field with enough intention that even if you make a hit, even if you miss the tackle slightly, it's hard enough for the next guy to probably come in and tackle and wrap up. So Sherwood's got a lot of tackles on the season, so it kind of inflates his stats. The same way we were saying Justin had inflated stats for certain games with no interceptions. Well, you're not throwing the ball. Well, Sherwood's, getting a lot of easy, simple tackles. He's not really doing a lot of coverage. So Quincy comes in, we win. That's not a matter of like, oh, we're lucky. No, that speaks volumes. You can't trade him to San Francisco. That's nuts. They're not going to pay for 2 contracts that large. The same way we're not. So we're at that catch-22 again, like with DJ Reed. My thing is, I don't see Quincy wanting to take such a pay cut, and then that has to want to upset Quinnen. And Quinnen's he's going to want guaranteed money. And then we need to pay Brees. We're just building, and we're building a dam we can't recover from. It's going to break. So I feel like one of them is going to go. Probably Quincy's the easiest to walk. Do you just give Quinnen more guaranteed? And then you still got to pay Jermaine, right? Am I talking crazy?
Jermaine's there too. Joe Tippmann's there. He has to be paid. He has 1 year left on his deal. Obviously, you got to make a decision on, are you bringing back John Simpson? He's got to be paid. Are you bringing back ABT? He's got to be paid. Josh Myers, you bring him back, he's got to be paid. Or like whichever. Maybe not all those guys are coming back, but you have to make decisions is what I mean on all those cats. So, yeah, there's some big boy decisions.
Philly, do you think that the play of Malagoa also makes Quincy expendable?
I think the kid's really good. I think he fits the smash mouth ball that Glenn wants, right? So that's one. So the layers of it is just because you want a smash mouth linebacker, you also need a coverage linebacker. So Sherwood, for some reason, is slower, but he's smaller. It doesn't make sense. Like it's kind of
more athletic. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be faster if he's that small.
But here's the problem on Kiko, right? So, Quincy Williams goes in IR. He's gone for 4 games. Francisco, a.k.a. Kiko, gets shoved into the lineup. We're like, okay. Quincy immediately comes back. He plays 88% of the snaps against the Bengals. Kiko plays like 10% of the snaps. So, if Quincy stays the rest of the season, obviously Quincy's better than Francisco Mauigoa. But if he stays the rest of the season, then Kiko's on the bench for the most part, outside of special teams. So that could be another, to your point, Bob, that could be another part of the evaluation process. If you could get a 4th or 5th, Alon's been fighting for that 4th. You get the 4th, you get a little money off the books because he's owed like another $3.5 million for the rest of the season. And then you get to evaluate Francisco for half a year and say, all right, let's see if this kid is viable. We can rely on him for 2026. I mean, that might be part of the ethos.
And to that point, for you guys, that's what gets me into the theory of I want a wide receiver 2 with some type of skill level now just to see what Fields can do with it. Because if Fields can do something with it, it's not to say that I want him long term. It's to say that improves his stock if you trade Fields at some point.
But are you talking about getting somebody between now and the end of the season to play wide receiver?
I look, the Mechie thing is hilarious. There's many people online who are like, "Oh my God, we got a wide receiver too." Please stop. He couldn't beat Jahan Dotson.
Oh, how dare you, sir?
He couldn't beat the rookies in Houston.
You want to know what he beat? Hey, Phil, you want to know what he beat? He beat leukemia, man.
He did.
He beat leukemia. Okay. Yeah, there you go. You beat leukemia, you get a spot on my team, pal. Yeah.
That's fine and dandy. I mean, unless he turns out to be James Conner. I don't know.
Hey, James Conner worked out very well. What a career he carved himself out after being a good product. Very nice.
Sure. So it's a catch-22. Like so the Juwan Jennings idea, it works if you move Quincy, probably for them as well, because now that's nothing. He played in a solid defense. They could use him clearly. Juwan Jennings comes here. stays somewhat healthy, maybe misses a game or two, but you see what he's got. So then maybe he's just like, dude, I'm the wide receiver 2 here. I'm not skill level at 1. I'm never gonna get paid like a 1. I'm just gonna stay with the Jets. Like literally, he might just be like, well, this is it. You know, I'm gonna stay right here. They're gonna pay him more than they would any other 2 that could become available. Like, I don't even know who's going to be available next season. You know what I mean? So taking that risk, to me, is not the end of the world, especially because Quinnen is a captain. I think that C they put on his chest was huge because it was like, dude, we want you to stay here. We want to invest in you. Yeah. So even if you lose your brother, it's not your fault. It's not his fault. It's just what works for the team at the moment. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But the Sherwood deal is still going to bite them in the ass pretty badly then, if that's the case. And you can't move from Sherwood. I know EZ thought that, like, dude, we're going to eat some of that money, without a doubt, if we try to trade him. And who's going to take his inflated contract?
Hey, well, what we got to do is just hope Sherwood can turn it around, obviously, because, a lot of people wanted him in the offseason.
By the way, since you bring up the wide receiver situation, did you guys see the chart this week that showed that Arian Smith on the average play is far and away getting more space between himself and the defender than any other wide receiver in the National Football.
That doesn't surprise me. He's fast. Yeah.
Well, I was about to say, he's just clearing the field out. So what I thought, the only good thing that can come out of Mechie, if he's still got good pop in his legs, is just 2 guys screaming, running routes, which just opens up Garrett.
Which is good. That's still a net positive.
Which is good if that's what happens.
He has to make some receptions if to be taken seriously.
Wow. If he could throw the ball. First off, I didn't get to speak to you since the game. That Justin Fields throw on his very late dig comeback route to Smith was incredible.
On the left hash, very nice. Yes. So it's a nice 25-yard gain or something. Yeah.
If he
and the guy had to respect his speed. So when
of course he did. He started going, oh, Jesus said, stop, wide open. And again, it takes timing, crisp route, crisp throw, get it, first down, and like just pass your biscuits. No one talks about that outside of Philly bringing that up right now, but that's competent quarterback play. That's competent receiver play, competent quarterback play. Boom, boom, boom. That's just, meat and potatoes of what happens in a football game. That was very nice.
Yeah, and then real quick, let me get to the briefs of it all. Okay, I understand what he did, and it's like he maybe eat my shit.
There's a butt coming. Go ahead.
Right? What? Now again, you're gonna give a contract to a guy on his. He's not super old, right? What is he?
24.
24. Okay. If you give him a contract, it's got to be 3.
Yes.
Guaranteed money. Probably the first 2. And you can get out of the 3rd, right? Because
100%.
I guess because he's even going to get less play when Allen comes back next season. Because Allen's used for the goal line, he's used for moving the sticks.
Although after that fumble against the Dolphins, we'll check you on goal line
twice in that same next game, and one of them, somebody said Nick Farrier was like, "Oh, he got hit in a certain spot and it disconnected his cerebral." And shut up, please stop. It's called a fucking fumble, and that's what he did. Excuse my language.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. After I gave the Braylon Allen criticism, I wasn't prepared for a follow-up for you to just say that Breece Hall fumbles a lot. I have no response to that. Thank you. Yeah.
So my thing is, listen, again, top echelon running backs are who? Gibbs, Achane right now, Barkley, McCaffrey,
Jonathan Taylor, dude.
Jonathan Taylor and Bijan Robinson. He's top 10 on the bottom half of it. I'm not giving that guy $12 million a year. If you think we should, I think you're out of your mind. Because now you're not allocating to a wide receiver 2, which then makes me think you better draft a wide receiver 2 in the first round. And if you don't, you're going for it. Here we go again. So, I mean, it's clear. It don't matter who's the quarterback. You need playmaking wide receivers. The running backs, you can supplement. You can supplement running backs. You can figure that crap out. They get drafted every season. The only bust so far this season is like Travion Henderson, which he could be available, I guess, if you want. You know what I mean? Like, well, I'm not trading him to the Patriots, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, but
so would you how comfortable would you be next year if it's simply Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis?
Well, we're drafting at that point, so I'm pretty comfortable with knowing that Isaiah Davis has got some pop. He can't throw a touchdown. We don't know. We haven't seen him do it. They made Brees do it. It's like,
it only took 3.5 years to find out that that
he could throw a football.
Thank you.
I don't know, dude. Yes. You know, I'm
glad they didn't use it in a game that they were losing by 4 touchdowns.
Thank you. Right. Yeah.
In the end, gentlemen, real quick, and this is my last thing.
Sure.
So when we talk about the line's playing pretty good.
Yep.
I guess you could get better than Josh Myers probably at center.
Probably. Sure.
To me, with Simpson, I have biased opinion because I know his cousin, you know, personally down here.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, it's like he's good enough for you to keep him if he can take a deal where he just had a baby up there. You know what I mean?
He did.
Unless Carolina Panthers are going to offer him a deal and he's from South Carolina, I doubt he's going to leave. You know what I mean? In his mind is, look, we got a baby.
Well,
give me the right money.
He's not worth more than $10 million a year.
No. I think if you can get him at like an 8, you could probably get Myers back at another cheap deal. Mitchell, good fucking buy. His $4 million, he's walking. See you later. Go draft a couple dudes. Like, you know what I mean? That's where my opinion's at with that.
They will definitely draft a center in this 20.
I think so too.
Yeah.
To me, you have to conserve that line, and Elijah Verituck is not part of that. But you have to conserve that line because anyone should be able to run through those holes. And the burst that we're looking for from Brees, like these other guys are hitting home runs, 80-yard touchdowns, 60-yard touchdowns, 45. He's not doing it anymore, and the holes are opened. So if he's going to have to throw a touchdown, he's going to have to do it every other game for him to max his value at his contract. That's my opinion if you pay him too much. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
We'll see. Yeah. Well, Philly, thanks for the call, brother. Appreciate you. And, man, we got a lot of calls, so we'll get to all you guys that are waiting patiently. We have over 500 people in the room. 100 plus of those 500 are watching on YouTube. Guys, like the video, hit subscribe. Again, we're celebrating 3 million views, baby. Raffle tickets count as double today only. It's a final day of your raffle tickets, so feel free to send those in. My father earlier today sent in a $50 super chat, and he wanted it to be split among his Mount Rushmore, which for those who missed it the other day, I will reveal who just got this $50, which is actually $100, which is now being split 4 ways. That's a lot of math that I wasn't prepared for this morning, but nonetheless, we're here. So here, each of these individuals I'm about to mention have received $25 of raffle tickets apiece. First off, we have, let me pull this up here. Yes.
Number 1.
Jared B., you get $25. I feel like Oprah Winfrey.
Number 2.
Indy Jets, you get $25 from Pop. Very nice. Here we go.
Number 3.
Number 1 Austrian Jet fan, you get $25 from
Number
Pop.
4.
And Hep, you also get $25 there from Pop. So, Pop, thank you for the double raffle tickets and then splitting among your Mount Rushmore. That is pretty freaking cool. So, big salute to Pops. Big ups, baby. Big ups. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines. Again, we got a lot of callers waiting here on the program. Up next is one of those Mount Rushmore. It is Indy Jets, the legend, the immortal.
Good morning, BG. The 3 milli. We're just going to change it to 3 milli. Congratulations. Congratulations. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. How you doing, Indy?
I couldn't be better if there was 2 of me.
Okay. I loved watching you with your beer on Sunday.
Jeez, it was a hot mess.
Probably was not the only one you had.
There's a good chance. I don't okay, so Alan wants this 4th rounder for Brees.
He does.
Right?
Please come down on my side and tell me I'm not crazy.
Look, if you want to get if I'm on the side of sign Brees, not trade Brees. Because if you're going to give up anything, if you're just going to take anything and just say, you know what, give me a compensatory 4th rounder, which, like as you said, Bob, that's the start of the 5th round is all that is. Then just give up on you're already giving up on 2025. I get it. We're 1-7. But to start getting rid of foundational pieces, why don't you just trade Garrett? at least get a first rounder for him. I mean, if you're going to go that route,
he wasn't.
No, if you're gonna go that route and just say, hey, we're screw 2025 and screw 2026, then let's just trade Garrett and Sauce too, and let's just get some first rounders, and we'll just build our team from the draft. And it makes no sense to take a fourth rounder, huh?
In Alon's defense, I don't think he was talking about Brees. I think he was strictly talking about Quincy.
Today, he may have been talking about Quincy, but he did say before that he would trade Brees.
Yeah, he's going to take Brees for a fourth rounder too, and it's like, what's the point of getting rid of a lot of these foundational players that Aaron Glenn is now making part of? I mean, these are his players. He's turning these guys into a far better players than what they were. Brees is probably having one of his better seasons up to his rookie year. Why not build on this?
Yeah, Brees, by the way, and I can't believe this, he's on pace for over 1,200 rushing yards this season. He's never at 1,000. He's on pace for 1,200. That's incredible. He's off to the best year. He's on pace anyway for the best year of his career.
Exactly. And he's not going to command the Derrick Henry type money because he's not had that type of career. So if he's at that, $9 to $10 million a year range, then why wouldn't then why wouldn't you give him a 2-3 year deal that puts him at 26, 27? When that deal's over with, it's still in the market for another big payday. But give this to he's one of those foundational pieces.
Well, and you're not talking about trading a guy who just got drafted last year. Let's say arguably in the fourth round, which he wasn't. He was a second round pick.
Right.
You're talking about a guy who's got 3 full years under his belt, who has learned the pro way of doing things, from finding holes to pass blocking to run blocking to everything else that a young player has to learn as they step up into the professional leagues. And so there's more value to that, especially when he's got the talent that he has, than just some guy that you're going to draft in the fourth round.
Well, and Bob, it's like this. Alan said this. We're talking about Quincy. We trade Quincy for a late fourth round, and then we can use that fourth round and then turn around and say, well, the Jets don't draft well in the fourth round.
Yeah.
So again, you can't have both. You can't sit there and say we don't draft well, but we want the draft pick. If you're going to admit that it's a wasted draft pick, but we want it anyway, makes no sense. So if you get through the end of the year and Quincy wants to stay, he's going to take it, and Quinnen wants to stay, then they're going to take a deal worth staying. Whether the Jets become the first team and to pay 2 off linebackers. Okay, so what? What we've been doing hasn't been working, right? I mean, if we're doing the what all the NFL teams are doing by not paying 2 off, whatever, it's not been working for the Jets, has it? I mean, so if it takes, sure, I think they paid the wrong linebacker, but it's too late for that now. But I think you want to keep the Quincy and Quinnen, and you try to figure out how to get both of them together and keep them together. Whether Quincy takes a lesser deal if Quinnen stays, or whether the boys or the brothers are okay with getting split up. I really don't know.
Or maybe, just maybe, Quinnen's willing to kind of renegotiate his deal just a little bit to help out his brother.
Well, this negotiation he's about to have is to get more money. So in the more money, does he take a little bit less than the more? That, I guess, could be part of the conversation, because both of them are quote unquote due. Quinton Williams has $5 million more of guaranteed money left in his deal, so that has to be addressed in the offseason.
Absolutely.
Either by the Jets paying him or trading him. And then Quincy obviously is set to be a free agent, so that's another part of it. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and maybe you sit them both down and say, hey, if they really want to just play on the same team together, either you trade them both to a team, or you say, look, let's do some contract friendly negotiations here, and both of them sit down at the same, and we're going to give X amount of dollars, and you brothers figure out what you want to do with the money. If it's I don't know what Quinnen's value is as far as what his contract would be. If we're in the 15, 20. I don't know if he would be in the close to the 20.
Wow,
right.
That's upper echelon.
Right. And if Quinnen or if Quincy is somewhere in the 10 to 12, if you have to give, if Quinnen takes $2 million off and you gives it to his brother, then so be it. And they're both here. But that's giving up. If you're just going to just take anything, a 4th round pick, a 5th round pick, if you just get something, then you're just basically just giving up on next year too. Because that 4th round pick isn't going to amount to, in history anyway, with the Jets drafting, doesn't amount to a whole lot.
But by the way, the taxes in California are even significantly higher than they are in here in the East in New Jersey and the New York area, and that also has to play into the negotiations.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I think that we've got we're 1-7 and we are what our record says we are. I get it, but there are some foundational pieces in this team. The team, I want to see how they play against Cleveland. If they can come out and be competitive offensively, I think we can be competitive defensively with any team right now. They're playing well. We need to do a little bit better on stopping the run, but can we be competitive offensively against a good defense? Cincinnati was not a good defense, so we'll see what Justin Fields can do. I think this game, the Cleveland game, will tell more about what this offense really is than anything the Cincinnati game showed.
We'll see. Hey, fingers crossed. This is an eminently winnable game against Dylan Gabriel. So we'll see what happens. Indy, love the call. And again, congratulations on the bonus raffle tickets from my father, Hop on Pop, giving you a bunch of raffle tickets for the contest. We have a bunch of memberships flying through here, Bob. So let's catch up.
That's great.
All about it. Look at the guy, Nate Jets, baby. A 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, which again today counts as double. We'll have more on that in just a second. All right, those 5 memberships went to Adam S., Timbo Slice, A Fungus Mungus 9, Brandon the H, and Smoke Champ. You guys are all now members of the Boy Green Coffee Club. And Nate, you have 10 raffle tickets, buddy. So let's keep that train rolling. Appreciate you. Our number 1 Austrian Jets fan getting involved. Yes, sir. 2 more raffle tickets for you, our number 1 Austrian Jet fan. By the way, that membership you just gifted went to, we have that right here. It is, one moment, Jet Life. That is who that membership just went to. Appreciate it. We have your boy Frank. He's getting in on a super chat with a $20 value.
Wow.
Congratulations on 3 million. It's pretty cool. And again, folks, 3 million views on YouTube. Raffle tickets count double today here on the final day of October. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween a little after 9 a.m. this morning. So again, guys, thank you so much. And Frank, thank you for the shout out, buddy. That is 7 raffle tickets with your previous super chat combinations added to your total. And here's one more before we get back to the phone lines. T-Town Jet. Yes. This has been a fun day so far. Thanks, everybody, for jumping on that has. That membership went to Mr. Flowers, T-Town Jet. You get 2 raffle tickets. Again, everything is double today, folks. Take full advantage of that here on the program with your super chats and memberships. Again, if you hit the money sign on YouTube, that is how you jump into the deep end of the pool. All right, let's go up next here. A bunch of people trying to call into the show. Your buddy, man with the Jets tattoo, Carl, baby. Are we still on that cruise ship?
Yes, I still am. I'm trying to get off, but they won't let me.
Okay, there you go. Enjoy it for as long
Well, I
as
have to apologize. You should have also been on my
yeah, you should have been on
my BG memorial. Yeah.
Okay. We're actually parked right now in Chesapeake Bay.
Ooh.
Because we've been avoiding weather. There's some kind of a storm out there, and we've been avoiding weather. So back a day early, but we can't dock in Baltimore until tomorrow morning.
Yeah, there's a hurricane that destroyed Jamaica yesterday.
Well, that
yes,
too.
Yes. So we're sitting in the Chesapeake Bay for the day.
Okay.
And we'll be off tomorrow morning. But I've been out of the loop because I haven't been, once in a while we get close to shore, I get some bars, but I don't know what's going on. Fill me in what's going on with the Jets.
Oh, we brought in a bunch of other quarterbacks this week.
Oh, we did.
The
I heard
Jets did
Tom
work out a
Brady
bunch
came
of
out of
quarterbacks.
retirement.
That's
Oh,
right.
there you go. I will tell you this though, Carl. I've been on 2 cruises in my life, and one of them was in the middle of all my Jets work, but I didn't pay for the Wi-Fi package or anything. So to your point, only when you dock do you like hear from the rest of the world what the hell's been going on. And when we came back, it was a couple of years ago. Corey Davis had randomly retired while I was on a cruise ship. I'm like, what in the hell did I miss? What the hell? And then Mekhi Becton went from, he might get cut to just kidding. Now he's the starter off that Tampa Bay preseason game. I was like, whoa, all right. So that was a fascinating going on a cruise ship being fed grapes. And then you get in there and said, this guy retired, this guy got cut, this guy got traded, and it's just a whirlwind. So
these 9-day cruises are too much for me.
Yeah,
I'm good with 5 days.
You know we won last week, right?
Excuse me? Oh yeah, I watched the game. I watched.
He was docked.
We were docked in Halifax,
okay.
And I actually watched the whole game on my phone.
Nice. There you go. Technology, baby.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Oh, well, here's one for sure, Carl. I don't know if you saw this. Nick Mangold passed away.
Yes, I know that.
Okay,
very sad about that.
Yes,
but did we trade Michael Carter II?
We did. So that's another one that happened. So yes, let me see. I think I still have the screenshot, so I'll show you so you can see the full details here. But yes, that's the other thing that happened. We did strike a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles for Michael Carter II. And let me see if I have the screenshot on one of these here. Yeah, maybe this is it. Hopefully, we'll see. This is a fun game of throwing up random pictures. Oh, thank God. All right, it worked.
Okay.
All right, so the Jets sent Michael Carter and a 2027 7th-round pick to the Eagles in exchange for a 6th-round pick. So basically they moved up around in the draft in 2 years, and then they switched out Michael Carter for John Mechie. He's just a 25-year-old receiver that's been in the league a couple of years out of Alabama. So we got some cap relief, we improved the draft position, and we sort of have a young receiver to sort of evaluate this year.
Yeah. Is he any good?
He was good in college. He hasn't really done anything in the pros. Now, in fairness, John Mechie was diagnosed with leukemia 2 months after being drafted, so he missed his entire rookie season.
But he went to Alabama and he was drafted in the 2nd round.
Correct. So he was a top 50 pick, and he's talented, but he hasn't had a lot of opportunities in the NFL. So I think it's a good roundhouse kick. I'm not going to promise he's going to be an all-pro receiver or something, but we need receivers, so he's going to play on this team.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So
anyway, this is my last day on the cruise. Can't wait to get home.
All right.
Get back to my normal life and get away from all this food.
Yeah. Oh. God, I want to be back on a cruise ship yesterday.
Yeah, but we have a Halloween thing tonight, and then and then tomorrow morning I got to drive 4.5 hours back to my home.
Okay. Well, enjoy it, Carl. Again, I've been on 2 cruises, and I was deathly afraid of them before I went on them. I'm like, what if it's not fun? What is it going to be? And my gosh, those are the best.
You are kind of trapped. You are kind of trapped.
Only one more midnight snack.
Yeah, there you go. Enjoy
Bob, it was good to see you again, Bob.
There he is, Carl, joining us from a cruise ship. That's Carl. This is not the first time Carl's called from the cruise ship. He called last week, but still, I think that's a first. I don't think we've ever had someone call in from a cruise ship before last week. So, Carl, thanks for checking that off the proverbial bucket list. That's a goodie. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. It's your buddy Devin, DNY for life.
Devin.
Hey, good morning, guys. You guys hear me all right?
Yeah, loud and clear. We got you.
Good morning, Bob. Good morning, BG. BG, first and foremost, congrats on the $3 million, bro. That's amazing, man. That's amazing, bro. I'm so happy to know that you're having so much success, bro. That's amazing. Hopefully, we get to another $10 million and keep growing, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. But your positivity, man, just the way you are, bro, is just you're gonna continue to do your thing. I'm for sure.
On the road to 10-7, baby.
Hey, Bob, man. Listen, you ready for this 10-game win streak that's coming your way?
Huh?
About to be 10 games in a row, baby. We just needed to get that one off.
Double or nothing, Devin.
Double or nothing. Let's do it.
Boom. Let's go, baby.
Okay, Mike, you are our witness.
I am Mike Wazowski. Scare feet.
Oh man, it's cool, man. It's cool. So I just, I got too much, man. A couple of things.
Yeah.
I vehemently disagree with Alan. Like,
we
need talent. Bob, I agree with you. We need talent. We yes, this season sucks. We understand that, but we need next season, right? And then the best friend to a rookie quarterback, as I've said before, is a run game. So we don't know what Braylon Allen is going to be next year. He's going to be coming off of surgery, knee surgery. We don't know what that's going to be, how he's going to be. You know what I mean? Like, usually it takes like at least a half a season before most people are able to get back to like a semblance of what they were the previous year, right? So that's one thing. I really like, Isaiah Jackrabbit.
Isaiah Davis.
Isaiah Davis. Yeah, I like him as well. But again, I think I don't agree with Alan, because I do think on that run, and I said this when we had the post game, on that run that he broke down the right sideline, Brees wouldn't have got caught. Brees has lost a little bit of speed, but he still got enough speed that he wouldn't have been caught by a linebacker from behind. So I don't see that happening. So that's the other thing. And for a 4th round pick, like, come on, like, even do you think Brees is a 4th round pick? That's just my thing. Like, I don't understand how you're gonna.
Their last two 4th round picks were Braylon Allen and Malachi.
But they're not Brees. Neither one of them.
That's 120th, pick in the draft.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I agree with you, Bob. And Indy was making some crushing points, which I agree with. So I'm not going to reiterate those. But, I said this. I've said this a couple of times on us playing the wrong linebacker. And I like Sherwood. And there's still an opportunity for him to possibly turn it around. But, like, let's think about this. Let's think this through. So we're going to get rid of Quincy because we can't pay 2 off-ball linebackers, except we're going to keep the one that is not as good and may get benched next year, and then we have to eat his salary at the end of the year and cut him anyway, as opposed to keeping the one that is good and maybe getting somebody else that could be competent, to complement him. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. At least logically, it doesn't seem. And then next year we're going to complain about how our linebackers suck, but we let Quincy go. Then the offset of that, of letting him go, is that now his brother is pissed. So now his brother's going to want more money, because guess what? If his brother is here, then we can maybe get a reduction in that, whatever contract he's looking at. However, if his brother's not here, what is his incentive to continue? He has not seen a winning season. We've lost with him. He's only known losing. So why would he not say, well, I'm going to take my happy ass to where my brother is, and I'm going to give them the deal? You know what I mean? Because I know he's still under contract for next year, but nothing is guaranteed. And we know how that's going to go. He's going to sit in or, not show up. And then he's not going to show up. And then that's going to stir a whole bunch of emotions in the locker room. And other teammates are going to go, this guy's been here for 7 years, busting his ass 7 years, couple times All-Pro, first team All-Pro, and you guys don't want to pay him? Like, then how does that go over in the locker room? So I just think, like, let's think about these things. So I hope that Muji and Glenn are having some conversations that with these guys, at least understand where they're at. You know what I mean? So if we can negotiate and get them back on the books, then let's keep good players. Glenn said, I want to keep good players. As far as I know, I think Quincy and Quinn are good players. So shouldn't we keep them? I don't know. I don't know what you got. What do you got? What do you think, Bob?
I used to get very excited about signing free agents from other teams.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. My attitude is the best free agents you sign are your own players, because you know much more than just how they perform on the field. And you know what they're like in the locker room, you know what their work ethic is, you know what their off-season, training is like and such. And are they in the mold of the players that you want. So that's one of the other reasons why I would, be inclined. And I don't know, how Quincy is off the field, but if he's a positive contributor and a team guy, I'd be much more inclined to give him the money than give, the money to somebody from outside the organization. Because again,
Quincy, that's the other part, Bob. That's the other part. That's a great point, Bob. We don't hear anything pipsqueak about these guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're good guys on and off the field. So, the teammates love them. The energy that Quincy brings every week, like, you need that on your team. He came back this week and it was flying around. You know what I mean? He missed a couple of gap assignments, but whatever, dude. Like, he is still that effort and that motor. You can't teach that, And I don't think it's something that's going to fall off a cliff anytime soon. I really don't. I don't see that with him. I see him as super motivated, and again, playing with his brother is an additional motivation. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just think we should really try to keep our players.
Look at the 3 guys they picked up off waivers, after the last cuts.
Yeah.
Have they done anything?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Halloween. And good seeing you always.
Have a great weekend, Devin.
Oh.
I got to figure out what I'm going to have you put on that book for me when I do get it.
Yeah, just let me know. And again, we have it shipped to me and I'll ship it to you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to coordinate with BG on that.
There we go.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good week.
Thanks, Devin. Appreciate DNY for Life joining us here on the program. Up some more memberships, Bob. Oh, yeah, baby. One of your favorites, it's Dick Chimney's Burner jumping in on the mix. You love to see it.
Number 44.
Woo! 44, that's me! Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts. Woo! Give me some!
There you go. Excellent. Again, raffle tickets count as double today, so you got 10 raffle tickets. Dick Chimney's Burner, for goodness sake. And let's read the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club here on the program. That is New York Nick, John B., Swamp Ranger back, James Crow, and MJ Wilson. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club as we celebrate again 3 million views, baby. Thank you, Dick Chimney's Burner. You're the best, and I've appreciated all your support in the comments section. You're a real trooper. You're a real trooper.
Mike, I think Paul's going to want you to host every week.
Well, that would be terrific. And Dick Chimney says, was late to the stream, but hope my gifted memberships are on time. They are. Throughout the entire day today, I'll be doing some other content here very shortly in the next hour on NFL and fantasy football chat. Those will also be welcome on the program. So, yes, those count. Dick Chimney's Burner, those are all in. Thank you for the memberships and the support here on the program. We have 500 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. We got, it looks like one last caller here. It's your favorite, Bob. Bill Ameley here on the show, baby.
Hey. Happy
Bill.
Halloween to everybody.
Happy Halloween, pal.
Yeah. Regarding Quinnen, I'm pretty sure the Jets would have traded him if it wasn't for the fact that because he's having a year that's very unproductive compared to the past,
sure,
the teams were probably trying to lowball the Jets.
Yeah.
Where we would have said we believe Quinnen is good enough to get us at least a first-round pick. I'm sure especially Dallas, who wants some additional pass rush help, definitely looked at it and said, I don't know, that production doesn't look first round to me. So I'm pretty sure that's why they haven't been able to trade Quinnen if they were looking to do it at all. With regards to Sherwood, I just think he's having a bad year, and I think he'll rebound and come back as he gets more and more playing time, and he'll eventually adjust to their current system. So I'm sure that everything will work out well there. Definitely when it comes to Engstrom's offense, they have to involve the running backs a lot more in the passing game. Definitely Brees is someone who can give you 1,500 to 1,800 combined yards a year if you use them properly in the passing game, which would help out Fields as far as giving him a little bit extra time to sort out his receivers and throw the ball. I'm sure he can do that if you got more guys involved in the game to begin with. And therefore, between passing and running, they should be able to control the ball. keep the enemy offense off the field and give the Jets defense a breather, which is, I think everyone would agree we would like to see more of. Carl, I'm glad you're still enjoying your cruise.
Yeah.
I had the same problem with my first cruise 2 years ago. We couldn't go to Bermuda because the hurricanes were building up in the area. So we got as far as the Bahamas, and then we had to turn back around. But, I enjoyed my first cruise, even though, I was coming down with a cold before I got on the cruise. And came off the cruise with pneumonia.
Oh, Jesus. Good Lord.
And yet I still enjoyed the cruise. I loved the entire experience, so I did it again this year. And this year I came out unscathed.
Thank
20
God.
pounds heavier, but unscathed otherwise.
Yeah, don't take those during the hurricane season.
Oh my God. Yeah, the food of people, for those who have never been on a cruise ship, you just have endless food, as much as you want, whenever you want. It's tempting as all hell at all times of the morning,
including a midnight buffet.
Oh.
But if you're on a diet, don't do it.
Yeah, don't. Absolutely not. Oh, yeah.
Hey, as you were talking about Quinnen, I have a hunch that after winning that first game, that there is some growth in the enthusiasm in the team, and I wouldn't be surprised if Quinnen comes back to playing, at the level we've been accustomed to seeing.
Hopefully, yeah.
I would like to see that. Everyone would love to see that, because if he comes back to his former self, that's going to go a long way to helping the defensive line out. And you'll see a lot more pressures coming down, a lot less yards on the opposing running game. Definitely it'll be a big plus.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as those concessions go, you don't know how badly I wish the Mets could bring down their concession prices. But because of the huge salaries they're paying, it doesn't happen.
Do you ever drive to Citi Field? What does it cost to park there?
40, if I'm not mistaken, which I thought
$40 to park.
$40 to park.
I got an idea for you.
There was one game, I forgot what the rationale was, what was going on, but it was only 20 then to park. But still, that's a lot of money. $20.
Scout out Flushing.
I guess so.
Find some areas there where you can park not too far from the subway, and pay the $3 and take the subway.
Man, Bob, go to the college football. I go to a Syracuse game. With all due respect, Syracuse is Syracuse. They cost $25 for parking, and if you want to get close, sometimes it's 40. So, and it's Syracuse. So, yeah, they charge up the wazoo. It's unbelievable.
If I ever go to a Jets game, I'll just have my son drop me off.
There you go. Yeah. If you could work out one of those, you save a ton of money doing stuff like that.
Exactly.
That would convince me not to go to a game. If they're paying that much money to park, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I can't believe that amount of money, $125.
And then you think of everything, right? You still got to pay for food. You still got to pay for drink.
Right.
You got your ticket costs. That doesn't factor in that either. So
right.
There's a lot of hoopla. But I would say, as apparently I'm a glutton for punishment, being at these games and being around people and all that comes with it, somehow at the end, I'm like, this is worth it. Even if you get blown out, or obviously you prefer the wins because that experience is awesome. But yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'll keep doing it.
You are Woody Johnson's dream fan.
100%. He loves me. I'm like, woohoo! We lost 10 games in a row. Up, I'm back for 11. He's like, yeah, way to go, Paul. Or
I wonder what the concessions are at Green Bay, given that the city.
Oh, that's a good point.
The city owns the team.
Look that up.
That might be something we might want to look at.
It's in a neighborhood.
Okay.
When I go to Wrigley, I can park 5-6 blocks away. If I go to a day game, I usually don't go to a night game. If I park for a day game, I go 5 or 6 blocks away, and I'm okay until 5 o'clock in the afternoon because that's when they start ticketing cars.
Oh, okay.
But pay nothing and it's the only way I would do it because there's really no parking available around Wrigley Field.
Right.
So
I know that they wanted to build a stadium for the Jets in Manhattan, but I don't know what the.
Oh my God, what that would have cost.
Yeah, that was the nightmare in terms of the extra traffic that would be caused, etc.
I still would love to have them play in Queens or.
All right, boys.
That's never going to happen.
Yep.
All right, boys. Here you go. I'm going to play some trivia music. Okay. I just looked up this information. Okay. What do you believe is the most expensive beer at an NFL stadium? Give me the price. We'll play that game first. What do you think the most expensive to buy a thing of beer? Just a can bottle of beer.
Just
How much do you think that costs?
The price.
Just a beer. The price. We'll start for the price, and I'll let you guys pick the team. What do you believe is the price of the most expensive beer in the NFL at a stadium?
I'll say Dallas.
Okay, we want the price first. How much do you think it is?
I'll say the Jets, and it's somewhere around $25.
Okay, so you're saying Jets $25. How much do you think it is, Bob? Yeah, regular size beer.
15.
Okay, so the most expensive beer, I'll give you the price first, is $16.49. Okay, it's the Washington Commanders.
Okay.
$16.49 beer. That's the most expensive beer in the league this season, according to some random website. So there you go.
Cool.
Jets are in the bottom 5, so of most expensive, or top 5 of most expensive.
I forgot what baseball team did this a few years ago. They brought the price of their beers down so much, and they had all kinds of crazy stuff happen within the crowds that I believe the cops had to come and all that stuff.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah, be careful.
Okay, yeah, will do. Yeah, and we heard that a lot in MetLife Stadium too. Thankfully, we didn't have anything crazy, and we set it up well. But yeah, I've heard a lot of those.
How come no NFL team has a bring your dog to the stadium day?
We do that locally here in Syracuse. One of the many odd jobs I do is covering the Syracuse Mets. We do Bark in the Park, and people can bring their dogs. It's a whole thing. But no, I've not seen it for an NFL stadium.
The baseball team,
believe it or not, the Mets have a bring your dog.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, there you go.
The baseball teams all do it. I'm talking about the NFL.
Right.
Okay. We'll explore that, Bob, and I'll get back to you. I'll try to see if
imagine all the beers you could sell for the dogs.
That's a good point. Hey, they sell all that stuff.
Kibbles.
Well, that's very much. Well, Bill, I always love you calling to the shows. Thanks for gifting some membership action earlier on this historic day. So, Bill, we appreciate it, pal.
Take care. Have a good one.
Bill, have a great weekend.
Yes. There he is, Bill. All right, Bob, that's going to wrap up the show. A historic show celebrating 3 million views. Thank you, everybody, for all of the memberships and super chats celebrating 3 million views. Again, all of those raffle tickets you guys submitted counted as double, and I've been keeping track of it behind the scenes. We'll be revealing that winner on the show tomorrow. I'll be back live in an hour for fantasy football content. If you guys would like to continue, the offer stands there as well. So all raffle tickets will be double on our fantasy football coverage as well on today's show. Bob, any final thoughts as we enjoy the bye week? The Jets won, so they can't lose this weekend, thankfully. And then we'll be back next week for Jets Browns.
The only thing I like less than Monday Night Football for the Jets or Sunday Night Football for the Jets is no football for the Jets.
Yeah. Not as exciting. But hey, it's not the Browns game. It's a game after that. For the first time ever, Bob, me and you will be doing essentially a post-game show because we'll have Thursday Night Football for the Patriots, and that Friday episode will be reacted to the game basically hours later for Boy Green Daily.
I can't wait to dissect the whole thing.
I hope the Jets take out the Patriots. That'd be nothing I'd enjoy more. But one game at a time, and folks, enjoy the games this weekend. We'll be back tomorrow, me and my pop, to reveal the prize winner for the month of October here. Safe trick-or-treating out there for all the kiddies. I'll be taking my kids out later tonight, so happy Halloween to everybody from your friendly neighborhood hero, Mike Wazowski.
And have a happy washer-dryer weekend.
There you go. It's pretty good. If you don't have one, get one. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.